Today is a long run day, and it's still kind of early in the morning right now, but after we go to church, I'm just going to stop off in town and run. My goal is to do a marathon today, and it's just sort of to see what pace that I can hold over that distance for my planning for the ultra. So that's what I'm doing today. All right, it's after church, time to start. I'm going to imagine that this is the first quarter of my 100-mile race, so I'm not going for a really good time. I'm just going for something steady and respectable, something to where I can gauge, make a sort of prediction of what the other 3 quarters might start to be like after this one. So we'll just see. I'm going to do some Wim Hof breathing here first, I guess. Get my system pumped, get me ready. Then we're going to do this. I've got some gear, some waters and bananas and gummy snacks and things. Well, hey, I'm taking a little break to say hi. I'm halfway through. I feel all right, tired, but I do believe I'll get the rest of the way through. My pace has been mostly around a 12-minute mile so far. I mean, when we get all done, I'll be able to see for sure, but something like that. I'm watching my form, trying to listen to my breath, although it is really easy to want to get a certain number and get ahead of my breathing. But, well, it's all learning, it's all education. All right, I've walked enough. I'm gonna jog some more. All right, this is the next day. I did not get the marathon distance that I wanted, and I was very disappointed, so I didn't do a closing video because I thought I would just scrap the whole thing. But really, I think it's important just to own it, and it was a very educational experience. It's kind of noisy, I can't video long. Lots of learning of where my form needs a little tune-up. I'm definitely watching my watch too much, looking at the time, and I'm going too fast rather than focusing on my body and the truth of what I'm feeling to change my stride and change my pace. So that's where we are, and I can move pretty good today, a little sore. On we go. Let's try another long run this week. Really actually try to go slow. The goal is never get tired, never go fast enough that I get tired. I've changed my watch where I can't see the pace, so I'm just gonna go. Try to go 20 miles today, so 2 more than last week's long run. I'm not trying for a marathon. Have my calendar laid out for, my plan for up to when I'm gonna run the 100 miles. Let's do it. I'm at the same point distance-wise that I was last week. I feel great. I can feel the distance in my, my legs, my calf muscles, my knees, but I'll stop to walk frequently and then feel really fresh when I start again. I'm trying not to look at my pace, but I'm still cycling through my watch every once in a while to check. And it will range when I'm jogging anywhere from 14 and a few seconds, a 14-minute, few second mile, down to a 12-minute and some second mile, but I'm around the 13-minute-ish, and so, I mean, for being just a little bit slower, I feel a lot better. All right, now let's see if it continues on to the end, and on we go. And 20 miles. Oh, this one, hang on, 20 miles, I don't think that's gonna record. I just did my 20 miles. I feel great. I mean, I feel like I ran 20 miles, but much better than the last time. Oh yeah. My watch died, so I'll have to put it on the charger before I can check the lap information. Somebody forgot to charge it last night. I definitely could finish a marathon from here, absolutely. But could I run this distance 5 more times for 100 miles? That's the question. So this was very different from last week. I think 2 main reasons. One, I was just going much slower. Actually, not all that much slower, but I was going slower. I really was listening to my body, and I could tell a big difference. Another thing, I've been continuing to do the Wim Hof method, the cold baths, showers, breathing. And before this run, I did the endurance breathing exercise. And I think that both of those had an effect. Although, of course, scientifically, I have too many variables to really, say anything. But I'm not going to go ahead and finish a marathon today because I didn't tell my wife that's what I was going to do. So I'm not going to do that. She's at home with kids, and I appreciate her watching them. So I want to be sure and, honor her efforts and respect her and come back when I said I would. Also, I don't want to add too many miles too quickly because I am kind of making a jump up here and I don't want an overuse injury. Whew, another week, another long run. Today, 26.2 marathon. I'm just about to wrap it up, actually. I've had a lot of setbacks today. Some dogs came out, and they weren't mean, but there's some squirrels. The lady was trying to get them back in. I was jogging through town, so they're supposed to be on a leash. And if I jogged away, the dogs tried to follow me, so I had to wait for her to get her dogs, and man, that took forever. I've had some blister trouble. I think that was probably a technique thing. It's funny how some days I won't have any blisters, and today I had a massive one. Had some urgent potty breaks. Luckily I made it back to the home base every time, but yeah, stuff slowing me down. Oh, and I was sick this week, and I'm not really sick anymore, but I'm still a little run down. Still getting the distance done. Hey, a little sum up of today's long run. I set out trying to do 30 miles, and it was cold in the morning and long and tiring, and I got 28 point something. But I did the whole thing fasted as an experiment. So I ate supper last night, but then I didn't eat anything for breakfast, and I didn't eat anything during the run, just to see how far my body would go at the pace that I was going. Yeah, I got to where, lasted a long time actually, but the last 5 miles got pretty rough. I was a little dizzy sometimes. I could tell where I wasn't thinking clearly. So I decided when I got back to my truck, that was far enough. So I've been eating some snacks and had an apple, and I'm waiting for my blood sugar to come back up a little bit before I drive back home. Make sure I'm all clear thinking. Oh, hello there. I'm on my last long run before the long run. Today I'm just about to wrap up 35 miles. 34.43 in fact right now. All things considered, feel pretty good. But could I do it 2 more times? That's what I always ask myself. Well, it's always at the very end of the run when you feel like you couldn't do any more. So if my actual number, if my mindset was that the end was further away, I'd probably be more willing to do more. But right now, I'm tired of running. I'm looking forward to going home. Don't really feel any injuries. Don't feel any excessive tiredness other than, nearly gone 35 miles. My strategy this time was more to watch my heart rate and try to keep it low. And at every mile, every time I hit a mile, I would walk at least 100 steps, counting like every time my left foot hit, I would count 1, 2, and so on. And that's really been helping. I've been reading this book about chi running, which is a running technique it's all about leveraging gravity to move you forward rather than muscle power to push, push, push. I love the idea, but will I get enough technique under control with that to make it useful for me? Anyway, just checking in. Feeling pretty good today. All right, it's my last run before the 100 mile. This is going to be a 10 miles, and I'm doing it on the treadmill because I haven't done any running on a treadmill, and I thought maybe there's something here I can learn, some strategy or lesson I can implement. And no long run this week. I've just been doing 10-mile runs for each day to get a total of 50 miles for the week. Then I'm going to take a week off, and it'll be the big one. Let's knock this last one out. It's the night before. I've got all my stuff laid out, and I'm just going to go to sleep and wake up and do the thing. I'm experiencing the
trepidation and the inner voices of doubt and fear, and trying to talk myself out of it. Why do you want to do this? You don't really want to do this. This is hard. You can't do this. Wouldn't you rather watch YouTube videos and eat chocolate-covered peanuts and spend time with your family? There are other important things that you should be doing. All of these voices of self-talk, these voices from deep in my brain trying to discourage me from doing it. But I've experienced this many times before in other things that I've done. Fasting, or, all kinds of other... Anything worth doing comes with this feeling of dread. So that doesn't make it go away, but it does help me know what it is. It's just that part of my brain that is a necessary part that tries to minimize risk and conserve resources. And I just need to not take that voice too seriously. I can't guarantee that I will get all 100 miles, but I can guarantee that I'll try, and I'll go out and embrace the discomfort and give it everything I have. That's all we can do.
Well, here we go. It's kind of cold. Let's get this thing started. Okay, I'm 25 miles in. I've had a few ups, had some minor downs. I got a pinky toe that feels a little off from rubbing, but I tried to doctor it up real quick. So I've been stopping anytime I get a little tiny thing in my shoe. Gotta get that fixed before it turns into a problem, and then you gotta carry it for 70, 80 miles. My pace has been all right. I have been a little slower than a 24-hour than being on pace to finish in 24 hours, but that's just my fun fantasy goal. That was never really a real goal. 36 hours is the goal I'm watching for cars. So I'm gonna keep going. Woo! I am 43 and a little bit miles in. It is dark and boring and lonely and sad, and this is awful. I am totally solar powered. My legs ache. They don't want to move. My back hurts. My everything hurts. This is a very low with much of the night to go. Honestly, right now, I don't feel like I'm going to make it. My wife sent me an encouraging text, and she has been restocking the little fridge out there with more calorie things. And if I don't get something to get me out of this and over this soon, it's not going to happen. I'm not even to the 50 that I did last year. Oh, and I am in better shape than I was last year. But last year I started in the dark and got to end in the light. And boy, I need the light. 43 and a half miles. I made it back to the house. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to throw in the towel. It's awful. I did not train for the dark, and I knew that the dark would be the hardest part. It's just psyched me out completely. That's where I am. We'll see what I feel like tomorrow. But I'm not doing it again. Well, it's me again, and I'm out. I wasn't happy with how that ended before. I had a lot more miles in me, at least I think I do. And the 100 miles I've already done, attempted. The 100-mile attempt is done. But I have more miles in me, and I want to get those out. I want to get another practice at going into night. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel actually a lot better now. I don't have the pressure of, like, I've got to get the 100 miles. I went 40, whatever that was, the other day. That was Monday. Today is Wednesday. I have not recovered from that. I mean, not fully. I'm not enough to really do one of these. So there's no real mile goal. Oh, it's windy. It's just a good practice. Going into night, changing my view of the night. I was dreading it. I was thinking of it as, oh, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be horrible. I'm not going to like it. I had myself mentally set to fail on that. So I'm trying to think of the night as, nighttime. Calm, peaceful. that's the goal anyway. And then to expect the lows. Now that I know what one of them feels like, okay, this is a low. It can pass. It'll be okay. It can get better than this. It would not just be this and worse on forever and ever. So anyway, that's the goal. My wife does not like me to say that I failed the 100 miles. She is so very supportive. It was a learning experience. And my wife has been very supportive again because she has to watch the kids right now. And she said, yes, if you need to do this run, go do this run. And it's so wonderful to know that she has my back like that. All right. Well, it's, maybe 3 or so hours until dark. That'll give me plenty of time to burn off any energy I had and sort of reattempt this thing. Here I go. I'm about 11 miles in, and once again, I feel great. Except my toes are a little blisterier than they were the first time I did this. It's getting darker, so I'm going to get to experience the dark again. Another crack at taking it in, handling it, working my way through a low. Still no distance goal though. Just I'm here for the experience and the learning. My heart rate's been really good today and the other day. It's closer to sea level. Florida, it has oranges, palm trees, and a denser atmosphere. It is dark. I am embracing the night. I'm purposefully not looking at how many miles I have. I can't find my headlamp. I have a backup flashlight if I really need it, but I'm mostly trying to jog under street lamps. That's embracing the night right here. Just jog in the dark, hope you don't hit a squirrel. Hey, there I am. Hey, all right. Let's keep doing this. Hey, so it's 8 now. I'm definitely more tired at my mile number that I'm trying not to look at than I was Sunday. But that's to be expected now, isn't it? And slower, but that's also some of the nighttime that I'm just absorbing the nighttime, absorbing the night. There's a beautiful full moon out. I've got my flashlight that I'm really only using for this, or if I go through a real dark spot and can't see what I'm doing. But that full moon helps me see the road even if I'm not under a street light. So, moving along, my wife has gone with the kids to the condo, so I am committed to being here in this area. I mean, I don't mean I'm committed to walking and running all night. I mean, whenever I get done, I'll go back to my in-laws' house and I'll get a shower and then crash on a bed there. But I'm still going to experience the night more. It's dark. Sorry you can't see me. Hang on, let me get my flashlight. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, it's dark, but the moon, the full moon, I don't know if, there it is. It's up directly above me. It's almost 12:30, so almost midnight 30. Really feeling it more now. I'm alternating, doing like 100 steps walking and 100 steps jogging. I'm trying that out. Still gonna keep going a little bit. I don't know how long. I'm not sure what my miles are right now. I haven't checked in a little bit. I've had to switch my GPS watch though. The other one's battery was getting lower. I have enjoyed watching the moon go across the sky. When I do my long runs during the day, I'll watch the sun go across the sky. And that's a little more sad because I'm running out of day. But this time it's kind of exciting because I'm running out of night to get to the day, and I'm solar powered. Well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to stay up all night. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go until I feel good and done. Oh gosh, I guess that's where we are right now. Sometimes dogs in a fence will bark real big and scare the bejeebers out of me just for a moment. I saw a bunny rabbit. Okay, well, off I go. More jogging. More walking. Mile number, who knows what. I don't know what time it is, but you know what I've realized? I turned this light on for the video, but normally I've had it off. What I realized was the last time that I ran at night, that headlamp was actually a disadvantage. Because the moon is full and it's actually shining quite a bit of light on the road. And, you know, everything's a lot brighter around the streetlights, but when I get through a dark patch, I can actually see fine. I can see the scenery to the right and the left. The world's opened back up. And when I had that headlamp, there was just this spot right in front of me, and my eyes were adjusted to that amount of light. And, sorry, making sure I didn't see some ghost over there. But yeah, the light from the headlamp made it where I couldn't see the things off to the side. And there was always that little bit of light right above on my, you know, in my field of vision right at the top. It actually kept the world closed off. And, you know, I had my audiobook playing, which is nice. I enjoy that. But then that closed me off from the you know, auditory part of the world. A lot of the night I've had one of my earbuds out so I can hear the crickets and things, because it's warm in Florida. Crickets are going, and that helps keep the world open. You know, there's space that I can enjoy. Whereas the last time that I did this earlier in the week, it was very closed off. I was very stuck in my own head with my own negative thoughts. So that's my thought. That wouldn't work on a darker night. I would have to have the headlamp, but I'm actually glad that I couldn't find it for this one. It's working out for me.
Here, pardon the dark. I don't want to get the flashlight out. You can look at that Christmas house. I'm trying not to look at what mile I'm on. The moon, though, has officially good and well and moved to the other side of the road, which makes me thrilled. It means I'm making progress, or the night is making progress, which means I'm making progress. Quite to my surprise, I've discovered that when I'm alternating 100 steps running, 100 steps walking, I'm actually going much faster. Although now I'm kind of discovering that my right leg is saying, hey, I don't want to move anymore in response to my movements. My commands to move, it says, yeah, I don't want to do that. So we're going to see how that goes. We'll see how long this will last. But it's been a real good run so far. I'm definitely experiencing the night. I'm not sleepy like I thought I would be. Oh, hey, there's me. Hi, me. I'm not sleepy like I thought I would be, even though it's some point after midnight now. I guess if you're standing up, walking around, you don't tend to fall asleep. There was one part where I was kind of closing my eyes while I was walking, but I wasn't really falling asleep. So that's the news so far. We'll see how much night I want to go through. We'll see how far my leg wants to keep working. It was the right leg that got tired last time, too. Okay, this is what I've been waiting for. I am feeling a low now. I have a lot of distance under me. It's late. It's dark. It's lonely. All of those things. Here, let me put a light on me. Okay. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm feeling a low. It's late. It's dark. It's lonely. I'm tired. I have a lot of miles under me, right? And I'm feeling like I want to quit. And now I can, because I don't have any particular mile goal. But I want this to be something that I work on or work through or at least experience, so that I have more practice dealing with this when it comes up again. So that's going to be my goal right now. Just experience this, maybe accept it. I don't know. Just see whatever I need to do to get through it, I guess. That's what I'm going to do. And I have now officially gone further than I did on Sunday. Kind of wish I'd had that determination then, but that was a learning experience. And I feel a lot better than I did on Sunday, but physically I shouldn't, because, you know, I haven't got all my energy and, you know, muscles healed back up from that big run on Sunday. So that further confirms the hugely important mental, emotional aspect of that. I'm gonna keep going a little bit anyway. Hey, guess what? I have gone a total this week. My weekly mileage is a total of 100 miles. As much as I wanted to do on Sunday. Now, why didn't I just do that on Sunday through Monday? It's also getting fairly close to sun coming back up. So I stayed up pretty late. I don't even stay up for New Year's. This would be a really good stopping spot. You know, weekly mileage 100. That's pretty smart. But I have this other phenomenon. Some runners hallucinate. I'm not really hallucinating, but being all sleepy, sometimes the shadows move and I get disoriented and I see things. I saw an armadillo. Now that was real. So it's not a real true hallucination, but I'm seeing stuff out of the corners of my eyes, and I think I want, you know, as long as I'm here, it would take a long time to get here again, so I'm going to go a little further and experience this thing a bit more. Yeah. Hey, look behind me. The sun is coming up. Maybe I won't be seeing things out of the corners of my eyes. I am feeling another down time. Notice my vocabulary is not as good anymore either because I've stayed up all night. I've got another trough, another hard spell. We'll see what happens. It's this transition, I think. Now that it's going from night to day, I don't know, something about the transition. Well, it's daytime. I'm getting close to 60 miles. A lot longer than I thought I was going to do. Definitely feeling a lull since the sun came up. Maybe I'm feeling my nighttime tiredness kick in. Maybe I'm just having a hard time switching the groove from night to day. I had this good groove, this good pattern going, this walk jog pattern. But I'm here. Keep getting stuff in my shoes. Oh, I feel on the legs getting tired, but they did that before though. And then later I had all this energy and I just could just go and go and nothing hurt too bad. I mean, things hurt, but not too much. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see what we do. 0.4 miles to go, and then I'm gonna stop. It's amazing how tired your body gets once you set whatever the end is. If I'd have said 10 more miles, I wouldn't feel this tired. But I told myself, you know, it's gonna end here, just 0.4 miles. So my body's like, oh, I don't have to give you this energy because we're there. I don't need to keep giving you energy. I'm gonna hold the rest of my energy. And now I'm just crawling. Maybe I should tell myself I have 10 more miles. Or 20. Tell myself I have 20 more miles. Trick myself into getting the last 0.4. Almost 0.3. We're nearly there. Oh yes, by the way, now everything hurts also because it's the 0.4 miles to go. If I had 10 or 20, it wouldn't hurt this bad because it's 0.4. Yeah, now it's bad. My body's saying, hey, stop. Oh, there it is. 100K. That's right, bird. 100K. That was an experience. That was amazing. Now I just have to get back to the house. It feels so far away. But then I'm gonna eat some food. I'm gonna clean this stank off of me. And I'm gonna crash on the floor and sleep for a while. I don't have any really wise closing thoughts. You saw the rest of the video. You saw what happened. I'm very satisfied to have it over, nearly over. I still got to walk to the house. It feels so far away. But that's it, yeah. Will I do a 100-mile one later? I kind of think I probably will. I kind of like the idea of these ultras, and I like to push myself and try to get new limits. And this was a good step up. I did 50 miles last year. This year I did 100K. Maybe next year I can do 100 miles. We got to keep growing, you know. If you don't move, you rust. So, oh, gosh, everything hurts. I'm going to close out. Thanks for watching the video. You can comment if there was something in there that you... I got nothing, guys. I'm exhausted. Just write something in the comments. Tell me hi. And that's it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.